Hallelujah.
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 Meleka ola. Atahu inshawe laka. B'shemayim ba'aretz. Meleka olam. Elohim. Wa Elohe Abotenu. Shuv lanu. Et hadbarim. Asha ata diborata. El Moshe. Wagam ken kol hadbarim hayafim. Asha ata diborata. El Yeremiyahu. Yamen imata rokse. We'im Enka rokse. La haquim et de bareka yamenu. Bebakusha. Taquim otam. Bime yeladin. Na Yahovah meleka olam. Shublanu et sefatenu. Shublanu et tarbutenu. Shublanu et mishpokotnu. Shub ish le ish. Wagamet ish le isha. Wagamet isha le isha beats the kwabe enaka. Yahovah meleka olam bebakusha. Tebarek na et hamachane shema Israel. Wagam et akot shema. But Eretz Georgia. B'shem Goshen Yehovah Eloheinu. Yahovah meleka olam. Tebarek babakusha. Et maaseh nasi zipor. Wagam et beno nasi netanel. V'takazek oto. V'tiyana im mishpokot ta babakushaya. V'ko ha-mishpokot ha-ozrim et ha-makane shema. Wagam keko ha-makanot Israel. Asher hem ozrim. Goshen be'eretz Georgia. Yehovah Eloheinu. Ve'Elohei Abotenu. Tiyana im sornu netan el belewi. V'tiyana im beno Yoshia. Wagam ken Yehovah meleka olam. Eloheinu. Ve'Elohei Abotenu. Elohei Abraham. Elohei Yitzchak. Ve'Elohei Israel. Titeng lanu et ruach ne'ima. Lahatzliach et hakita hazot. V'hakitot ha'eleh. Yehovah meleka olam bebakusha. Shub lanu et le basar. Yehovah meleka olam. Wa'alna tekazek et libotenu. Ka'asher ata exacta et le paro b'mei Moshe be'Abraham. Yehovah meleka olam. Tekrachna b'menu. Eko hadbarim hara'im asher aleinu. Kol ha'ayot v'mishpokot Israel. Wagam ken kol hadbarim ha'tepalim ba'amenu. Yehovah meleka olam. Ta'aneh bebakusha. Et za'akwatnu. Wagam et takanunenu. Wagam et tefilotenu. Tikwa with ta'aneh. Hallelujah.
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 Amen. Amen. First and foremost, giving honor and praise unto the Most High, the Creator and the Maker of heaven and earth. This is Hebrew class number 14. Now, for those who may know, we have restarted the Hebrew classes because we wanted to update it in certain regards. For those who've been following since back in October of last year, of 2017, you notice that some of them were on PowerPoints, and like class number 6, class number 7 was not on PowerPoints. All right? This one being presented is not on PowerPoint because of the length of the aspect of what we're dealing with, because of the amount of information that we're going to be going over in this particular presentation. This is in regards to the feminine nouns shown in possession in plural. All right? So this is something we want to point out for edification purposes. Now, last time we went over the word richpa. The word richpa, my brother, means what? What does richpa mean?
Lord.
So this is something we want to point out. So the word for floors is rizapot. Some people say richpot. All right, in regards to that particular aspect. So what we're going to do is show how that works in possession. If you remember, this lesson must be first heard from lesson number 6 and lesson number 7. If you have not, I repeat, if you have not been following along, you can listen, you can watch, but you'll be lost. And I say that in the most humility that I can sit there and present this aspect, because it's important to be able to, and I say this as a moray, follow directions. Directions is you listen from lesson 1 to lesson 11 before you go on past 12. So let's deal with this particular one right here. Right? You have the word ritzpah, right? Meaning floor. Okay? Now, if you remember distinctly, anytime, pass me the staff there, my brother. All right? Anytime when you have the qamat followed by hey, and it's a noun, it is a feminine noun. All right? So that's something we want to talk about. If you remember lesson number 1 and 2, you know good and well that the hey letter here, brother, sister, serves as a feminine letter. All right? So as stated, when you have any noun that ends with a hey that's being followed by, that's preceded by qamat, it's a feminine noun. All right? So then you have this word here. You have this word here, rizapot or ritzpot. Both of these words here both mean floor. Floor is plural. All right? This is here is the singular. This one here is the plural. All right? The feminine plural in Hebrew is generally, not always, but generally noted by the ot. You got the wow with the kolam, with the dot on top, and the tau that follows that. All right? So that's something we want to point out for edification purposes. All right? Next, in regards to this, brothers, sisters, and elders included, all right? Let's look at this right here. Matter of fact, let me do it like this. Pardon me. The word ritzpah again, all right? I'm going to write what it becomes underneath it in its plural form. All right? So let's look at this. The hay drops out. Boom. The hay drops out. I told you you got to sit there and listen to the other lessons before you get to this. All right? The hay drops out, and in its place, we see what, brothers and sisters? The wow and the tie. All right? So that's how that works in that regard. So ritzpah, hay drops out to become a plural form, ritzpot or rizapot. All right? So this is what we want to point out for edification purposes. So, for instance, in many cases, women in Israel are referred to as geberet, which means champion, from the root word gabal, which means to win or to conquer. All right? So the word geberet is the feminine way of the word champion in Hebrew. So gebarot is the plural of such. Simla means dress. Simlot means dresses, or should I say skirt. All right? The word simla also means skirt. And the plural of such is the word simlot. All right? So this is just something we want to point out. The word kulzah, all right, that means blouse. The word kulzot, all right, means the plural of the word blouse or blouses. All right? The word, for instance, there's some irregularities, but we're not going to deal with that tonight. But when you look at, for instance, the word, let's keep it there. Ritzpah floor, ritzpot floors, kulzah blouse, kulzot blouses. Then you've got simla dress or skirt, and simlot being a plural of such. All right? So that's something we want to point out in that particular regard. Now, what we're going to deal with, brothers and sisters, is showing the actual pluralization of what we're talking about. All right? Now, let's look, brothers and sisters, at this particular regard right here so we can gain some understanding for edification purposes. All right? We have, for instance, this word here. Ritpa, floor, as stated, right? Ritpot, floors. All right? So to show the plural possession as we're dealing with, we see it as this. Ritpotai means my floors. All right? So if we've been following along from lesson 1, 2, all the way to lesson 11, no disrespect, I shouldn't have to write the arrow for the Reisha Nakiri. I shouldn't have to keep saying, though it's nothing wrong with saying it, that the Shawah, you joined it with the sound before. We went over that repetitively. This is why I keep saying, listen to the lessons previous so you can gain understanding of what we're talking about. All right? Rit Potak means my floors. All right? My floors. All right? So we can gain this aspect for edification purposes and reasoning. All right? Now that goes for masculine or feminine. A man can say it or a woman can say it. Even though the thing that you're talking about is a feminine word, a man can still talk about his feminine possession. All right? So this is something we want to point out. Next, we're going to deal with, still dealing with this word. All right? Reach poke, still meaning floors. All right? We have it shown in possession as this. All right? Reach. OTEHKA. All right? Ritpa becomes ritpot. Floor becomes floors. Which showing possession, first person, ritpotai, my floors. Then you have the word ritpot, yet again, ritpoteha. All right? Meaning your floors. All right? Y-O-U-R, floors. Now, this is when you're speaking to a male. All right? So we just want to point that out for edification purposes. All right? Now, if I'm speaking to a male, now this is one male, right? And I'm saying that he has a house or an apartment, and I'm saying Ritpoteha to Horot, which means your floors are clean. All right? This is what we want to talk about in that particular regard. All right? So I'm going to ask the brother to please, can you write that and then bring it back? Torah. And then we're going to continue on in this regard. Now, I know I've gotten many compliments, and I'm thankful to the Most High for that in regards to the presentation on the PowerPoint. But as stated, due to the fact of the amount of wording that we're going to be dealing with, and amount of rules and grammar, if you will, that we'll be dealing with, I'm going back to the basic aspect of using a board in this particular regard. All right? So let's continue on where we were at. All right? Now, so let's look at this one more time. You have Reeks, Pote, that doesn't change in what we're dealing with. All right? Then we have showing the possession aspect, Reeks, Potayik, which means your floors was speaking to a female. So if I was speaking to my younger sister, for instance, or to an aunt or so, or any particular female person, I will say, your floors are clean. All right. So this is just we want to point out for evidence purposes. So we have pot, which means floors, still nonetheless. Then potayik, which means your floors when speaking to a female. So one more thing to point out, as stated, brothers and sisters, is you always have it to where the possession in Hebrew is shown as the suffix. Something we want to continuously point out. Now, last time I used the board, people said that I didn't use the whole board. And now I want to respect the audience. Is the reason is because of the glaring of the lights. So that's why we don't use the top part. Presentations will be done with the whole board, but we need to change the lighting because one of the biggest complaints last 2016 was, oh, we couldn't see the lighting and so forth. And Shema Israel, we, as the brother Chief Yashar states on Shabbat or after Shabbat, we want to improve the quality of service to the people. Stated, this is what we're doing as a service to the people of the Most High. So in that regard, this is something we want to maintain our humility in. So I'm not closed to, and I state emphatically, constructive criticism, not just somebody saying they want to say something. So I got the floor, so let me just speak. We're talking constructive criticism. All right, so we can gain some understanding of what we're talking about. Let's go on. We're still dealing, brothers and sisters, all right, with this word here. Nonetheless, please quote. All right, then we have it shown in possession. This part is potail. All right. What are we dealing and showing in this regard? I want to go back and track a little. Anytime, as stated, when you have the kwamat or a patak next to the yod, that makes the I sound. Now, this particular vowel doesn't have a vowel with it. So it's I. I want to sit there and write that part down. All right. One marker. Iowa. All right. So we can gain some understanding of what we're talking about for edification purposes. The meaning of this is his floors. All right. So if I was talking to the brother Josiah, I would say, which means his floors are clean. All right. So that's just going to show in that particular regard. And I walked on them. Ani hefalti et mezoni al rispotai. Wa ani laquati et hamazon. Mean rispotai wa akalti ki rispotai tahorot. Which means that I dropped something on the floor, on his floors, and then I picked it up. I took it up and I ate it because the floors are clean. Of course, I'm not doing that in reality because people walk them in the shoes, but I'm just using that as a sentence to show how it works in that particular regard. All right. So this is something we want to point out, brothers and sisters, for edification purposes. Now, let's go on and continuing in this particular regard. All right. There will be no Hebrew class this coming so-called Sunday. This coming Yom Rishon, I will not be in town, not to expose my business. No Hebrew class, so we're doing the Hebrew class tonight to stay consistent. All right, we go not you in this particular lesson, even though that was given as above. Yeah. yes, there are people who email me stating that I'm gonna ask them, please answer the proper version. So again, that's what we talk about. Shalom. Shalom. Okay. Shalom, shalom. We're going to continue on where we left off at. All right. I thank you to the people who contacted and let me know about the aspect of that. Now, let's continue on. Sorry about the interruption in that. So, where we were at, all right, is the word floors. All right. Now, in that particular regard, is the word pot. All right. So that's what it is with that. Let's continue on. You have showing a feminine position. All right. OTEHKA, which means her floors. All right. So pot, still dealing with that particular one, meaning floors, the plural of the word pa. We have it to where poteha means her floors. All right. So that's what that is in that particular regard. Let's go on. You have Ritz Potenu, which means our floors. Ritz Potenu Tahorot. Our floors are clean and show purposes. The aspect of and possession is always the suffix of that particular pot, Ritz Poteha. Ritz Potenu. Now, Ritz Potenu is said by either a male or a female. Our floors. This is something we want to point out for edification purposes. Okay, brothers and sisters, because one thing we want to insist upon is this. These lessons that we're presenting, you can stop them in your own time when they're uploaded, pause it, ask questions in the comment board. When the notification is seen and time permitting regarding the classes, if there's a question regarding Hebrew, we will address it. Now, I emphasize those words because if you ask a question in a comment and the video has been uploaded that has nothing to do with Hebrew and or to do with the Hebrew class in particular, it will not be answered. For instance, I have a little friend who would sit there and make a comment like, I want to be the president of a country. I'm not answering that as far as the Hebrew class is concerned, because that's not what we're talking about. So this is just something we want to talk about. We're trying to stay focused in line. All right. So as far as it goes in that particular regard. Next we have, all right, Ritz Pot. Still, nonetheless, that in that particular regard remains consistent. All right. We have what? Ritz Potehkha. All right? Ritz Potehkha, which means your floors, masculine, plural. So masculine, plural, disregard, if I'm talking to two males about their floors, Ritz Potehkha Tahorot. All right? That's what I'm saying. Your floors are clean. I'm speaking to two different or more than two or more males about their floor. Their floors. Not reach pot kem, your floor, but reach potent kem, meaning your floors. All right? So this is something we want to point out for edification purposes. All right? Let's continue in the next particular aspect. All right? We have reach potent kem, which means your floors, the floors, sorry about yours, I meant to put yours. All right? FP is for feminine plural. Rich poteken. All right? If you remember earlier, it was rich poteken with the mem sophie. Here we see the noun sophie. All right? So these lessons are not, oh, you're talking fast. This is not fast. It's just where we at this particular moment. All right? As stated, we respect the compliments regarding the PowerPoints in Hebrew we've been doing, but this particular lesson, we're getting back to the board due to the fact of the quantity of what we're dealing with. All right? So if I'm speaking to two of my aunts, two of my female friends, or what have you, I would say, Rit pote ken tahorot. Your floors are clean. All right? So this is what we just want to point out for edification purposes. All right? So let's go on. See, in Hebrew, once you understand, I want to state and jump the gun a little, the pattern comes easy. All right? You have Ritz, Po, Tehen, which means their floors. Masculine plural. Now, when the masculine plural works, if there's 3 males and 2 females, you speak in the masculine plural unless you don't want the females to be addressed. All right? Or if you don't want the males to be addressed. So if you say Rich pote hem, you're speaking about the aspect of their floors. Rich pote hem to horot. Their floors are clean. Im hepalta mazonka al rich pote hem atemi kolin le kolmi rich pote hem. If you drop your food on the floor, their floors, you're able to pick it up and eat from their floors because their floors are clean, if you feel that comfortable. So this is just something we want to point out, Kane. Say that loudly.
Is there a word for queen in Hebrew?
The Hebrew word said for queen is 2 different words. One being Malachah, which is the feminine of Melech, which is king, and then the one like Asa, king of Judah's mother, was called, and it's not called the Gabira, which means a mighty or champion woman. So there's 2 words in Hebrew and related to queen, which means Malachah or Gabira.
I knew about Malachah.
Right. So thank you for that question, my brother. So just to give an example, if there's a question regarding Hebrew, don't have a problem addressing it, even if about the lesson or not, as long as it's about Hebrew, because we're in Hebrew class. All right? Ritz, pote, hen. All right? Kirik, shawa, kolam, zere, sego. Ritz, pote, hen, which means their floors. Okay? Feminine plural. All right? So we can gain some understanding of what we're talking about. Rit potehen tahorot. Their floors are clean. All right? So we have what? Rit potai, rit PLURAL, rit potai, rit potaiwa, rit poteha, rit potenu, rit potehem, rit poteken, rit potehem, rit poteken. Let's go over this particular thing, all right? So we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about, all right? So let's go on, brothers and sisters, in this particular regard. And it goes as such. I want to show brothers and sisters what we're talking about and building upon in pattern. All right, as we did before in a particular regard. We have what? The feminine plural noun in possession. All right, first thing to point out is the noun's possession is shown as the suffix. All right, so we can gain understanding. So this is why you always see it in a particular regard at the end of a particular word. The next thing to point out, brothers and sisters, is feminine nouns, okay, are longer than masculine nouns. All right? So this is something we want to point out for edification purposes. The third thing to point out is feminine nouns as masculine nouns, all right, can only show possession, never action. All right, so what are we saying? Let's look at this, brothers and sisters, all right? Ritz, po, ta, all right? Meaning my floors.
Yeah.
Right? This right here, what I'm gonna circle, shows the suffix. All right? Going back to rule number 1. The noun in possession is shown as the suffix. All right? The next thing to point out, brothers and sisters, is this. It never shows action. Floor is not an action. Halaka. What does halaka mean? Anybody? What does halaka mean? Halaka means what? Walk, march.
Walk.
Halak means to walk. Okay, so when you're saying brothers and sisters, halak, for instance, is a verb. All right?
How you say hi?
Not a Hebrew phrase. All right, so that's for the question though. When you look at that, halak means to walk or to go. That's a verb. Halakti, I walked. Halakti, al-potai. I walked on my floors.
If I say, I'm sorry.
Ask your question. Speak louder.
So if I'm like Simone Halak Simone.
All right.
Left, that's like saying walking left.
The word, no, so the word for left, L-E-F-T, is Samola. It ends with a lamed.
Oh.
Samol. All right? Samol.
Okay.
Right? Now, the closest way for hut would be maybe, I'm thinking hine, which means behold, or shema,
I thought hine
meaning to be at attention.
So hine doesn't mean stop.
No, the word for stop in Hebrew is kadal.
Kadal?
Kadal is the Hebrew word for stop. Zehu means that's it. Somebody asked, what does Zehu mean? The meaning of Zehu means that's it.
Could you also substitute it for like saying enough, like no more?
The word for enough is, don't take it the wrong way, die. So this is just to point out for reason and purposes.
For real?
Yes, the way to say enough in Hebrew is die. A dalit with a patak with a yo. All right? So you can begin to see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Dalit with a patak and a yo. Die. Like when you say El Shaddai, the God that is enough. Let me give an example, not to jump the gun. Wow. All right? Shaddai. Many cases said to me, Mahdi also means nourishment. But this sheen serves as a prefix. If you remember lesson number 6, I stated that sheen serves as a prefix. Remember, you gotta follow directions, all right? So Shaddai means what? That which is enough. Dai means enough. All right? So El Shaddai, said generally translated as God Almighty, literally means the power or the God that is enough. We don't need a new one. So this is something we want to point out for edification purposes. No problem, brothers. So feminine plural, nouns, and possession. Nouns possession is shown as the suffix. Feminine nouns, okay, are longer than masculine nouns when shown in possession. 3, feminine nouns can only show possession, never action. Now, rule number 3 also goes for masculine nouns. A noun is a person, place, or thing. Verbs show action. We didn't get to the verbs until after lesson number 20, and we're still at lesson 14 because we're doing this meticulous. We still got a rule.
I say steps.
Steps, like you're walking up the steps, is the Madin.
No, not like that. Like Torah, but not like that. Steps is in stages of what we're doing now. Like
that's Amudin.
Amudin?
Right.
Okay.
Because the word Amud means pillar.
Yeah.
So there's different steps and stages, there's different pillars or levels.
Okay.
That would be the word Amud. All right? Amud with a dollar at the end. Okay. So, okay, let's go on. No problem, brother. Let's go on in this particular regard concerning this kind of subject, if we will. Now, let's show it as such. Feminine noun in possession. Possession meaning mine, yours, his, hers, ours, theirs, so forth. All right? That's what we're talking about in this particular regard so we can gain some understanding. All right? Shown in the suffix. Here's how it works. All right? The pattern of it. My floors. All right? O, tie. Your. O, TEHKA. Masculine. The M stands for masculine. Your. O, Taik. Feminine. Rich po Taik. This is shown as the suffix. What I'm writing is the English transliterations of how that works. All right? My, your feminine, his. O, Taiwo. All right? Rich po Taiwo. O Taiwo. That's the suffix showing the possession of whatever that feminine noun is. Hers. All right? O, Teha. Rich po Teha. O Teha. Bo Teha. Her forefathers. All right? Then you have our. All right? O, Tenu. Rich po Tenu. Rich o Tenu. See, if you followed the lesson earlier, sorry about the glitch that did happen, all right, about 20 minutes ago, I apologize for that. You'll be able to see how this particular thing works, all right? So then we have what? Your, all right? O, Teken, masculine, plural. Reach po Teken. Remember, we went over that word earlier. Then you have your, showing the noun in possession with the suffix O, Teken, feminine, plural. Rit po Teken. All right, so we can gain some understanding of what we're talking about for edification purposes. All right, then you have There. O. Tehen. Rich po te hen. Rich po te hen. Their floors. Keep po te hen. Their hats. All right. Ish po te hen. Their wives. Very seldomly use that, but just to show an example. All right. There. O. Tehen. Feminine plural. All right. So what are we dealing with? Let's take, for instance, this word here, right? All right. Let's look at this word here. Dalit, wow, with the kolam. Dalit, with the kwamat, and the hey. Don't die! Meaning on. I know that. Yeah, okay, now, let's look. Don't die will become, okay, when you're showing it plural, do, don't, which means art. Art is do, don't, and do, da means art. So let's look at that with the plural aspect. Do, tie. My art. OTEHKA. Your art was speaking to a man. OTAI. Your art was speaking to a female. OTAI. His arts. OTEHKA. This line over the A and H emphasize the ah sound. OTEHKA. All right? Her arts. I'm going to ask the brothers, Josiah, to do me a favor. Don't choke my neck. Can you please open the door? I know it's winter, but it's hot. Okay, we have, all right? Don't teha. I'm going to have to probably ask you to close it later. But let's get back to the lesson. For instance, do da, do teha, her arts. Do tenu, our arts. Do te kem. Your art was speaking to two or more males.
How you say that again? Sorry.
Don't take him.
Don't take him.
Right. If I'm talking to you and your brother about two of your aunts or three of your aunts, I would say don't take him. All right. Don't take him, which is your aunt when you're speaking to two or more females about their aunts. All right. Don't take him, their aunts, when you're speaking to or about that is males. So if I'm talking to Josiah about two of our friends' aunts, I would say, don't take him, how cool al harit pot tahorot. Follow? Okay. All right? Don't take him, their aunts, how cool they walked. Al, on, harit pot, the floors. Harit pot tahorot, the floors are clean. That's how that works. All right? Don't take him, masculine plural. Don't take him, feminine plural. All right? So we can gain some understanding of what we're talking about for edification purposes. All right. So I'm gonna leave that on the board there a little while. Let's use another word. For instance, let's take, for instance, the word ima, which means mother. Emotai, OTEHKA, emotayik, emotayo, emoteha, emotenu, emotekem, emoteken, emotehen, emotehen. See, the point is, once you understand the pattern, it becomes much easier after a while. This is why we wanted to go over this on the board form so you can see how it's written verbatim. Again, apologizing for the glitch earlier and show how Hebrew works for edification purposes. All right, so let's continue on in the lesson with the time allotted. All right, we want to go over one more particular thing in lesson here, lesson number 14. All right, because by now, here's what people should know if you've been following the lessons. right? Alphabet, vowels. That should be known if you have been following the lessons. All right? You should know how to read. Reading. All right? So this is something we want to point out. Once you understand the alphabet and the vowels, you have graduated to becoming a reader. If you listen, I promise you, the first 4, and if not 4, the first 6 or 7 lessons, I promise you, if you go in hardcore mode, if you go meticulously, if you go, pardon the street term, as a beast, you will know how to read Hebrew. You can pause it, take time to write it in your own way, and understanding in that particular regard. Okay, so now to answer the question that people have asked me, why is it that I don't teach Hebrew and write it in script form? Is because you don't see Hebrew written in script form. That's the only reason why. All right? So that's a question that's been asked to me from other Israelite brothers who seen me do lessons. Like, why do you write it similar to the block form and not script form? Is because you don't see it written in many cases in script form. That's the only reason. Okay? So, getting back, brothers and sisters, and concluding in this particular regard. Let's look at this. You have the word, for instance, ritpa, right? Floor. Ritpa tehorah. Then you have this word, ritpot tehorot. All right, so we can see what we're dealing with. Resh, Zade, Pei, Hey. Now, let's look at this, brothers and sisters. All right? If you can see, Rizpa, what's showing the feminine, I'll put the vowels in its red. Floor, Tahora means pure or clean. All right? Rizpo, Tahorot. Brothers and sisters, write this rule down. In Hebrew, rule 1, in this for this part, adjective agrees and follows the noun. All right? So you have ritpot, plural, floors, tahorot, ot and ot, ritpot, tahorot. It agrees with it. So what's happening? The hay becomes the ot. The hay becomes the ot when you're showing the aspect of it in the aspect, brothers and sisters, of the singular, plural, plural agrees with plural. All right? Also, brothers and sisters, you have it to where the adjective, all right? I already wrote that, follows the noun. So this is what we want to point out in this particular regard. Now, in concluding, brothers and sisters, this particular thing, I can be reached at 908-587-4841. Text or call. The phone will be on Shabbat. Shabbat is the 20th. I get that number become a event. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Todaya! Lakita hazo, wakod debari, atobi, asha atana tata. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Amen. If you notice, hadbarim, hatobim. The adjective agrees with the noun. Tobim means good. Debarim, things. Debarim, tobim. Shalom.